Okay, we're back. I mean, you're not back. I'm back. I just tried to do this video and the memory card. I had actually shot 3 videos and they were still on my memory card, so I forgot to delete them so that I could make room to record something else. Uh, I am here to talk to you about the benefits of positive thinking and wording. And when I say positive thinking and wording, I am not talking about stereotypical positive thinking and wording, which would be like nice things. I'm talking more about syntax and the benefit of using positive grammatical language when you are trying to sell something, for instance, or to convince someone of something. I mean, you can never really guarantee that you're convincing anyone of anything, but there are ways you can increase your chances in terms of your communication style. And these techniques are used in, I don't know if this psychological technique comes from Freud or Jung, honestly, but they are used in teaching children, they are used in coaching actors, and they are used in self hypnosis or hypnosis in general, and they are used in spell work. If you're attempting to put some kind of effect into the universe, then you also want to go with positive syntax, which means that you do not use words like not, don't, can't, and even if you're using words like cast out, throw out, forbid, prevent, it's a little better, but the rule of thumb is that you want to go with something that you can picture. So actually, I mean, we think of things like demons and ghosts as negative things, but those are actually, in terms of the syntax, they're positive. So if you talk about a ghost, you're more likely to give power to the idea of a ghost. It is my theory that the hatred of Trump got him elected because everybody in the country was thinking about him the whole time. Ooh, look at him, he's so disgusting. I wonder what he'd look like in the White House. I mean, and this is why I think that Marianne Williamson was actually pretty genius in the first debates by putting herself on a field with Trump and putting that image into everyone's mind. Anyway, so and they were laughing, but they remembered it. Anyway, so putting politics aside, this is just really, I wanted to kind of, I noticed when I was talking to people in the campaign and people who were advocating for Marianne Williamson, but I mean, this is applicable for anything that you want to affect in your life that involves any kind of psychological element, which is not only the benefit, but kind of the necessity of positive language. And so, for instance, they use this when they're teaching children or trying to kind of influence children's behavior, because children are much more influenced by the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind actually cannot hear and does not recognize any grammatical negative, like don't, not, can't. So if you have a child who you want to give them something to carry, and you don't want them to drop it, which you probably don't, you would not say don't drop this, because then their brain hears drop this. It drops the don't, and it's only as adults that we develop these kind of ability to latch on to abstract language. But the rule of thumb is that you want to use language, start with nouns basically. So basically, all nouns fall into the category of positive, and then verbs help them. But pretty much everything else that's abstract is not that influential in terms of influencing the subconscious. And while intellectuals like to think that the conscious mind, with all of its logic, has the ability to override the subconscious, it doesn't. The subconscious kind of makes all your decisions. What you can do is use your conscious mind to observe the subconscious and then influence it using that detachment. But even the conscious is actually rooted in the subconscious. The subconscious is sort of where everything starts. So it has a deeper hold on the human psyche. And so this is why when you say to someone, when someone thanks you for something and you say no problem, it doesn't make them as happy as if you say it's my pleasure, because their brain hears problem. I mean, it's kind of okay still, but like if you were, I think in hospitality they would tell you to say my pleasure, because it has a better emotional effect on the guests. And I just noticed that this is kind of useful thing to know for memes and advertising. And anytime you really want to get an idea out there, you kind of want to start with the thing that you want to promote and do not worry too much about the thing that you don't want. Because if you feed a lot of energy into negating that thing, you end up giving it power. Whether mystical or just psychological, just by continuing to name that thing that you don't like, it gets bigger in other people's minds. And I remember Sam Cedar was talking about what he was asking someone on his show if they thought that talking about Trump so much contributed to his being elected. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, of course it did. The whole country was talking about him, and from right-wing media to left-wing media to the progressive media to the libertarian media, everybody, and nobody could stop watching him, and I couldn't. I was like, he's completely shocking. I have to see this man. And I mean, maybe I also contributed to it in my own way, but to be fair, I was not following politics that much. And I kind of had a feeling that, like, when Hillary was running, I actually thought she was a shoo-in, because I thought that it was time for a woman, and I thought that the cachet of being a woman was enough, until I heard that Trump was running, and then I was like, oh no, she doesn't have a chance. I mean, she did win the popular vote still, but as soon as I heard that he was running, I was like, he's disgusting, but he's perfect. I mean, he is the ultimate kind of archetypal underbelly of America, if that makes sense, with full audacity, and somehow with a kind of, like, I will admit that some of his communication style in its audacity can be quite delightful, because he does poke fun at the establishment. And I think that, I mean, I didn't mind that part of what he did, honestly. So, anyway, this is quite a tangent. I've been up for a while. The light that you're seeing, this sort of soft focus, pre-Raphaelite light, is the morning, because I've been up all night, as usual. And so that's why I'm going off on tangents. If you are, yes, try to train yourself to use positive language. So work from the noun to the verb, and then leave out the negatives if you can. And always start from the thing that you want to achieve, rather than looking at the problem that's in its way. And just some basic psychological principles that are helpful for getting stuff done. Bye for now.